You've been looking at the real estate market and wondering what the heck is going on. Well, you are not alone. There are a lot of people out there, even some real estate agents, that haven't really quite figured out what the market is doing yet. But don't worry, there are a bunch of factors affecting the market. So we're going to try to make sense of it all. So you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video so you know what it means exactly for buyers and sellers. Hey guys, Jeff from the Brantford Realty Group. Thanks again so much for tuning in. If you're new here and you want to learn everything there is to know about Brantford, the good, the bad, the ugly, and all things real estate, you've come to the right channel. You're going to want to hit that subscribe button because I come out with new videos about our amazing city every week that are packed full of value. Let's get right to the video. Now, there are 131 homes sold across all of Brantford. Now, this is down 38% year over year and down 45% from just last month alone. Average sales price for a home was $718,803. This was down 6.65% year over year. Now, this is the very first time that the average sales price has dipped below where it was last year. The average amount of days that it took a home to sell jumped up to 21 days. This was up from 15 days in July, and we can expect it to go higher next month as we now have 4 months worth of inventory of homes on the market. So the days on the market is going to more likely end up being anywhere between 45 to 65 days on the market. So the inflation numbers came out for June and they were not pretty. It came in at 8.1%. This was up 7.7% from the month of June. But the good news is it fell shy of their expectation and they thought it was going to be 8.4%. So we did fall under the expectation. What do you think is going to happen in the market? Let me know down in the comments below, as I'd love to hear from you guys. So one of the three things that's affecting the real estate market right now is the mortgage interest rates. And the Bank of Canada hit us all by surprise when they raised it, the overnight rate, by 1 whole percentage point. Now this came as a shock to us all, but they're just reacting to the inflation numbers that came out. This puts us back to pre-pandemic interest rates level, but effectively cuts buyers' buying power. If the goal of the Bank of Canada was to tame the lion of the real estate market, they have successfully done it. It is now a kitten. It is nowhere where it used to be, and things have returned back to normal. The Bank of Canada plans to raise the interest rates again at least another 2 times this year. Now, we don't know exactly how much they're going to raise it by, but they're expecting the rate to go up by another 0.75 in September. Now, this would be a reflection on what July's inflation numbers. At the time of this video, those numbers were unavailable. Down in America, they did a 0.75% increase to their overnight rate just last month. So we can expect Canada to do something similar, but they always have a trick up their sleeve and they closely monitor the market. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how this is all going to play out. Now, the second factor that I think is affecting the real estate market is just the sheer number of homes on the market. We are sitting at about 4 months worth of homes on the market currently. So that means if no other homes came on the market today, it would take 4 months to sell all of the inventory that we have here in Brantford. So as the market slows down, buyers have more to choose from. It starts to return back to a normal market. The third factor I see affecting the real estate market is the seasonal slowdown. Now, typically in July and August, we start to return back to where sales were back in November, December, January, in the winter months, as people tend to take the only 2 months we have here in Canada to get out, enjoy the nice weather, spend time with their families on vacation, so they aren't really thinking too much about buying real estate. But as we get closer to the beginning of the school year, we might see this tick up because a lot of people want to come back, get in their home, and make sure that their kids are in their new school for the start of the year. If you were wondering where the best elementary schools are here in Brantford, you're going to want to make sure that you check out my video on the top 5 elementary schools here in Brantford and the neighborhoods that they're in. So it's hard to tell which of the 3 factors are affecting the real estate market. Is it rising mortgage interest rates? Is it the sheer number of homes on the market? Or is it the sheer timing of the summer months? Let me know down in the comments which of these three factors you think is affecting the market the most. And if there's one that I haven't mentioned, drop it down below so we can see what it is. For sellers, this means that you're going to have to take a real hard look at the real estate market and where values are. Now, the one thing I like about numbers is that numbers don't lie. They paint usually a clearer picture and they can guide us onto what is happening with the real estate market. So now that we know that the prices have gone back to where they were in July of last year, if you are still thinking about pricing your home at the way the market was back in March, your house is going to end up sitting on the market. You're going to end up coming down in price reduction, and buyers eventually are going to keep trying to lowball you because you don't have realistic expectations on your price. Now's the time to talk to your real estate agent and come up with an aggressive pricing strategy. Now, it might not be what you want to hear your house is worth, but we have to look at the numbers and see for ourselves. Now, when the Bank of Canada decides to raise the interest rates again in September, it's going to have a downward pressure on real estate prices again, and they're expecting it to have a decrease in the prices between 5 to 6% from where they currently are. So if you're not priced correctly, you're definitely going to be sitting on the market way longer than you need to. So make sure that you have a clear plan in place. So you need to make sure that you have an aggressive pricing strategy and you need to adjust to the market as it happens. If you are not getting any showings on your home, the chances are your house is overpriced. You're also going to want to do everything that you can in order to get your house ready for sale. If it's not on the market right now, you're going to need an aggressive pricing strategy and you're going to need to make sure that you do everything you can to make your house shine. If you want a free guide with 10 do-it-yourself staging tips to get your house ready for sale, there will be a link in the description below. And as I've mentioned in my last previous videos, if you do not need to sell right now, if there's no true motivation other than you getting $100,000, $200,000 over your asking price, just take the time, enjoy your summer, take your house off the market and enjoy your house for the next couple of years. For buyers, if you're waiting for the real estate industry to bottom out before you jump in, you might catch yourself in a little too late. Let me explain something to you, and is that as the interest rates go up, your borrowing power comes down. Now, this means that it doesn't matter how much money you make. If it's the same amount that you made last year, you actually qualify for less of a mortgage. And here's the kicker. Values aren't going down as fast as interest rates are going up. So you might find yourself priced out of a market that you were hoping that bottoms out. Now, my advice is to get pre-approved right away so you insulate yourself from the September hike coming up. And if you've been sitting on the fence waiting for the market to cool down, now is the time you want to jump in. You've been waiting for this market for over 3 years. Buyers are starting to have more power. And what I mean by more power is that there are a lot more homes to choose from. So the good news is that your dream home is out there and you can find it. And guess what? Less competition. And you're not overpaying. You're not in direct competition with 25 other buyers. Now, we've seen a return back to the negotiation table, which is great. Buyers have a lot more to choose from, so we have seen a return back to negotiations on price. We've also seen a return of offers with contingency, which such as finance and inspection, which are two very important clauses to have in your thing. So one, make sure that you can afford the payment, and the second one allows you to go in and inspect the house to see if there's anything wrong with it. Now, over the last 3 years, 4 years, buyers haven't really had a chance to do this, and it puts them in a little bit of a sticky spot because they don't know exactly anything that might be structurally wrong with their house, and they might not be able to fix these problems early on and have a bigger bill down the road. So it's great to see that home inspections are back as buyers now have a chance to fully inspect the homes that they're buying. Now, when I say negotiations are back, they're back to a reasonable area. You're not going to get a home $100,000 under asking. We've returned back to a normal level where anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000, the buyer and seller can usually come to an agreement on price. The good thing, as I mentioned before, is you're not competing with 25 other offers, and there is a lot more homes to choose from. So get out, see them all, find the home that you love, and make the move. I guarantee you it won't be a mistake. Now, when it comes to the overall real estate market here in Brantford, no one has that crystal ball, but we do know that the Bank of Canada is going to raise the interest rates again in September, which is going to have a direct effect on price. Here are my thoughts. Now, we saw a massive increase in the amount of homes for sale throughout the springtime. Now, this was a lot of people trying to get the exact same price that they were earlier in the year. Now, I find that when they're not going to get the price that they want, they're going to end up coming down off the market as they never really had any true motivation to sell. Now, what usually happens when inventory levels come back down, sales prices go back up. What I don't see happening is us returning back to the crazy amount of year-over-year increases that we've been seeing. No more 10 to 15%, or even in some case 24% year over year. We're going to return back to a normal market where anywhere between 2 to 5% was considered to be a good return on your home every year. The real estate market is changing all the time and every day. There are different factors that apply, and you need to make sure that your realtor has their finger on the pulse of the real estate market so you have all of the information you need to make the decision that's right for you. Let me know down in the comments below what your plans are for real estate. Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you just going to sit this one out? Maybe you're thinking about investing. So let me know down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to help create a plan specific to your dreams. If you liked this video, you're going to want to watch this video right here where I go over the top 3 most expensive neighborhoods in Brantford. So I'll see you in the next video.